Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show live. Good to have you with us. We are live right now here in the United States in the greater New York City area along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston. And this is our nightly entertainment lifestyle talk show series, the Jim Masters Show Live. And this is our 20th week. Tonight actually marks 20 solid weeks of daily shows every single day at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's a lot of shows, a lot of great guests, a lot of great entertainment and good conversations and levity and so much more. The show is all about light, levity, and love, or as we have coined it here on our broadcast, lovity, and everybody that watches considers themselves Lovities and part of Lovity Hall here. We're broadcasting to a worldwide audience as we do every night at 7 p.m. Eastern here at our broadcast center, which is actually the home studio that we built 20 weeks ago, and also 4 p.m. Pacific. Now, for our audience watching in Ireland and Scotland, England, and the UK, it's like midnight. Folks in Sweden and the Netherlands, it's 1 a.m., and that's where our guest is right now, live, coming in just a moment, live and direct from the Netherlands. Good day to everybody in the morning time there in Australia and New Zealand. So it's a myriad of different time zones, but everybody watching. And of course, our new fan base in Argentina and Brazil that is watching in South America at 7 p.m. Eastern here, but 8 p.m. for them in Argentina as well. So we welcome everybody. Wherever you are, you're welcome to join us here. This is a place for great entertainment to sort of lift your spirits, put a smile on your face, and have a good time with in-depth conversations as well as a lot of levity. Yesterday we had an amazing episode which we did earlier in the day. It was a foodie festival host chat episode where it was myself and our viewers from around the world, and boy did we have a lot of people watching yesterday. We did it earlier at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and it was all about food. It was a foodie festival, and our viewers sent in all kinds of great photos of some of their creations, recipes, recipe books, and there was all kinds of exchange of information and great content. If you want to see that episode, you can see all of the episodes of our series, The Jim Masters Show Live, on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. And we hope that you will also subscribe to the channel. We would love you to subscribe to the channel. That would be cool. And hit that notification bell. If you hit the notification bell, then you're keeping abreast of the latest episodes and more content that we are bringing to the channel. Not just the Jim Masters Show Live series. We also have Masters Mantras and a lot of other content that we're adding constantly to that channel. That's Jim Masters TV on YouTube. Right now we're on YouTube broadcasting live. We say hi to everybody on YouTube. We're also on Facebook at Jim Masters TV right now, and Periscope, and also all of our viewers watching on Twitch. We say hello to you as well. If this is your first taste of our popular series here that we do every single day, welcome. Good to have you with us. I'm a professional television radio personality and host, presenter. Have been for many years here in the United States on network and regional and local television and radio, multimedia, actor, journalist, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist, narrator, vocalist. So busy doing with all that work, my professional work during the daytime. Very busy. Actually, we're really busy with a lot of work in television and radio now. Things become busy and busy every day. And then we do this show. We meet with all of you in the evening, and it's so great to see everybody here. Big week with birthday week coming up on Thursday. We have the Voices of Classic Soul actually performing on my birthday, and they are music legends from Motown and soul and so much more. We're so honored and excited that they're going to be joining us this Thursday, September 24th, which happens to be my birthday. It's really cool. They are from the Temptations, the Platters, the Four Drifters, and the Four Tops, legendary music groups, and they are going to be performing live, and great conversation live here on our show. Tomorrow night we have Rita Cosby, legendary television news anchor, Emmy-winning anchor and host, also a veteran correspondent for the syndicated series Inside Edition, and she is a phenomenal author, and she has a major announcement that we're going to be talking about, a really incredible global initiative that she's created, and we're going to announce it tomorrow on the show. And on Wednesday, we have legendary theater director, teacher, and actor Christopher Scott here. On Friday, we have incredible singer and songwriter Demo. He's going to be here Friday. And on Saturday, we have R&B sensation Lady Bain. She's going to be here, and she's going to perform live on Saturday night as well. And then again, week after week, just incredible guests. So we toast all of you. This cool glass is a phenomenal wine glass that we're adding to the show. We did it yesterday in our Foodie Festival show. This comes to our viewer and actually personal dear friend Kathleen Walker in New York City. And we continue to thank her. And there's a logo there that says Mets. This is the New York Mets baseball team in New York City, my favorite team. And we grew up with them growing up in New York on Long Island. So she sent this as a birthday gift early with a beautiful card and a great note in it. And we thank her very much. We toast her, and we toast all of you. We always toast all the viewers all around the world to welcome you to our show. So here's to you and you and you and you all around the world. Thanks for joining us on the show. A little sip, really nice. And it's a pleasure. I hope everybody's doing well today. Hope you guys are having a good day today. We welcome everybody, literally, from all around the world. Lots of comments coming in. We've got a really cool show. We've got lots of music for you live from the Netherlands. That's right. In addition to that, cool videos and so much more. Let's check in with some of our great viewers. Happy World Gratitude Day, Jim and Lovedies. We are excited to have Bastian Steven on the show tonight for incredible music and conversation. You got it, Christine. That is coming up. Willie is watching from Amsterdam right now, one of our longtime viewers. She's watching on YouTube. She says, a man of my country. Yes, Bastian is a man of your country, of the Netherlands. He's excited to be here. Good to see you as well, Willie, there in Amsterdam. You guys are both up at 1 a.m. for our show. I know it's 1 a.m. there, so we appreciate you doing it, Willie, as well as everybody else watching in the Netherlands and that part of Europe. And we appreciate our very special guest, Bastian, doing it as well. Dante CD is here. Hello there, Lovedies. Welcome to Lovedy Hall. That is right. Willie says, yes, I am here, and good evening, dear friends, as she watches from Amsterdam and in Holland. Renee is watching in Iowa, USA. Hi and happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you, Renee. Kathleen Walker in New York City. Good to see you in New York, Kathleen. Again, thanks for that fantastic wine glass. We really appreciate that. Welcome, Jim and Lovedies. Good to be here. Watching from Florida, USA. Mary Bishop, good to see you, and I'm glad you watched that Foodie Festival show in the archives and loved it. Kathy Short, good evening, Jim, and all the Lovedies from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. I've missed you, and I'm glad to be back. We're glad to have you here as well. Marilyn Hammond is watching in Kansas, in Wichita, Kansas. She's in Wichita. We say good evening to you as well, and welcome. Avril Britton is watching in the United Kingdom. She's watching in Hampshire in the United Kingdom. We welcome you. Good day to you, Jim, and all the Lovedies here today. Welcome. Nice when you're here, Avril, watching in England. We love that. You watch all the time. Carla is watching from South America, from Brazil. Good Monday evening, Jim and gang. Welcome. Good to have you with us, Carla, one of our Lovedies watching from Brazil. We love having you here as well. Francis watching. Good to see you, Francis. And Wozniak. Good evening, Jim and all the Lovedies. 140 shows. Wow, you're keeping track in Amsterdam there, Willie. 140 shows we have done. That is amazing. Night after night after night. That's a lot of talking I'm doing, right? Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with amazing music, great conversation, and Lovedy. That's Crystal Nolan watching in USA in Connecticut. In Canada, Merlin is watching. Hi, Jim and all the Lovedies. Jim, thank you, Merlin. We appreciate that. And thank you very much. What an accomplished, Jim. Thank you. I appreciate the congratulations. Thank you very much, Francis. Very beautiful of you to say. And yes, Bastian is in your country. That's right, Willie. He sure is. Kathleen, congratulations on 20 weeks. You put a lot of time into this and very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And toasting in Amsterdam and in Canada. Mary's toasting as well. Thank you very much for the cheers. Lots of great comments coming in here. Congratulations on 20 weeks. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. My professional work in television and radio is getting busier and busier. I have about 10 radio shows to host this week, and then there's other television work happening, so it's starting to be a little bit of a balance. We're getting busier and busier with everything. And then there's this show too. Ching Ching from Avril, cheers from Renee and from Crystal and everybody. Good to see all this love from around the world. Marsha Lyon in the United States and Massachusetts. Good evening, Jim and everyone. Ralph Lampkin Jr., good evening. Willie, I thought you might be excited. 1 a.m. Yes, she is. There's your tulips, your Dutch tulips as well. And Ralph in Indiana, USA says hello to all. He's watching on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. And Allison is watching from Florida. Good to see you, Allison. Jennifer Barry is here. Good to see you, Jennifer. Absolutely. Really, really nice. Good to see all these great comments from everybody. Your cast of characters are here, George, Jeannie, Gilligan, as well as Jimmy and Silver. We're going to show them a little bit later in the show. First, I want to welcome our guest. And the reason why we're doing that, and we're skipping ahead a little bit, is because it's after 1 a.m. where our guest is. And he went to a special location, set up great audio for us. He's all positioned and he's ready to go. And we have some really, really cool stuff to really share with you. Some great music, some great conversation. We're going to learn about his career. He's all excited to be here with us, and we really appreciate him being here. Singer, songwriter, and brilliant musician, Bastian Steven. He is from the beautiful city of Arnhem, that is in the Netherlands, of course. And if you recall, I've been in the Netherlands twice recently, once last year for a television project, and then that was for the TV News magazine show I anchor and host out of New York. And then the other one was for a lifestyle travel TV series I do on CW and CBS affiliates. And that one was the year before. And we got a chance to really experience the beautiful Netherlands. Now, music has always played a big role in Bastian's life. Growing up, he always made music with his family. His father is a guitar player and a guitar builder, and his sister is a jazz singer as well. And when he was old enough to drink, he started working in the coolest bar in town, Dollars Live, a bar with live music every night. He first started working there as a bartender, but quickly made his way up the stage. He's played there every Saturday night for years, and through Dollars Live, he submerged into the music scene, and he met countless creative people. He started playing in different bands and played in every corner of the Netherlands at bars and festivals, private parties, even weddings. And it was in the year 2010 when he was asked to get involved in a joint project and became the lead singer of the new vintage soul group, Dear Mr. Man. Being a member of this band, he really developed himself as a songwriter, and to play with these guys, he said, was awesome. They released 2 albums, played at the coolest venues in the Netherlands, as the support, too, of many Dutch bands as well, like Kane and others. The music was used in the 2015 TV commercial as well in the Netherlands. And for him, it was the right time for a solo project with 100% of his personal thoughts converted into music. And that time he wrote a lot of songs, threw most of them away, and then wrote some more. And the songs on the album Disconnected are a reflection of what goes on in his mind. Writing the songs have helped him catalog his memories and think about the future. The songs made him deal with some of his hardest moments in life, so it's the most personal work he's ever written. And while for him, those songs on the album Disconnected are about, of the moment subjects, the songs actually are timeless and relatable to any listener. Trail of Happiness, for example, is a song he wrote when his grandmother passed away. She was the queen of the family. He can remember so many nights with family, talking about all the great memories they had together. He suddenly became aware that he was upper rank in the family tree. And that's what happens when your elders pass away. You start going up the ladder there in ranking. In those, he found himself thinking about his own future. Makes you think about your mortality as well. He was thinking a lot about people he can sympathize with. We live in a world that seems to be getting smaller with technology. I agree 100%. Everybody is connected, but is that really true? Are we really connected, even though we're connected through technology? Sometimes he thinks we've moved away from the real world. I agree with that 100%. And actually, we're getting more disconnected. Even though we're connected via technology, we're not necessarily together in the way that we've always been. And now this year, with social distancing and everything going on, it's just exacerbated that. He says we have stopped looking, at after each other and stare into a fake world on a screen all day. And he believes the world we live in now screams for music that reconnects people and the arts, just all these things. Even like this show that I do here, the Jim Masters Show Live, is a way to connect us together. And we're trying to build a community here of not just like minds, but everybody being welcome to our show every night. He says next to being a musician, for him, he holds a master's degree in social science, and he's always been interested in human behavior. Why do people do what they do, and why do they act the way they act? He sounds just like I feel like I'm reading my own, background, because that's exactly how I love psychology, and that is exactly how I think about things. What lies underneath and drives people to say and do the things that they do. What you can't see is far more interesting and true. But he's also taken an organic approach to writing a song. He comes back to the subject. Writing songs without the bias of other band members really has helped him form a vision about what kind of music he wants to make and the message that he has, which is so important. That's what life is all about. Did a collaboration with Chris Corman, Beat Royalty Group LA, as well. He's a producer, advisor, and helps release music to the world. His collaboration with Frankie McCoy was really terrific as well. She helps with business development. And from October 2019 on, a new single every month for a year. Every month on the 15th of the month, a new single released, and so much more. Really cool. And some of them we're going to show you too, like Freedom and Fireworks and Moving On Slowly, and some really cool music. We're so excited to have him here. He did a live recording while surrounded by an audience as well. Beautiful show at Luxor Live. The video released to the studio release, so you can actually hear the studio version and experience the live feel of the new music as well. Again, he's amazing. He's live and direct from the Netherlands, and we've got something really special. Before we welcome him on, I want to show you something. We've got a really cool video here we're going to show. It's going to give you a real understanding of who he is and the incredible sound that he has. And then we're going to, right after this cool video, we're going to welcome him to our show. This is a really fantastic song. You're going to really enjoy this. So enjoy this. Get a sense of his incredible sound. He's really, really good. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have a great conversation. And he's also going to perform live for us here, live from the Netherlands. This is the live recording of his Stepping Out, and it's a really cool song. Enjoy, everybody, and then we will be right back with a great conversation and more music. It's a night of music on the Jim Masters Show Live. Enjoy.
Another evening with the same man. Could see it coming, I did my best. I tried to be a speed bump on your way down of a losing path. It only temporary matters, you still drive fast. But now it's gonna change. But now it's gonna change. Oh yeah, I'm stepping out, I'm done with this game. I'm no longer one any part in days. Oh, I wanna smile and know you're leaving. I wanna talk that's real and really feel it. be a light bulb over your head. But it's still too dark to see. I'm the salt on your road in winter. I've come to realize that I enable you to be. But now it's gonna change. Oh, but now it's gonna change. Oh, I'm stepping out, I'm done with your game. I no longer want any part in this. Oh, I wanna smile and know you mean it. I wanna talk the thread and really feel it.
There's our special guest. Let's welcome him live from the Netherlands, Bastian Steven. Welcome, my friend. What a cool way to sort of enter you in with that awesome video. Everybody loving it
great
too.
Being here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
what an
pleasure.
intro, man.
What an intro, right? Absolutely. Only the best for our guests here on the show. And you're getting lots of love here, claps from everybody all around the world, and applause. And
Thanks,
another
everybody.
great entertainer welcoming you from all over, from Brazil, from Canada, from the United States. Linden, Florida says you're now one of the lovities. So you're now considered one of our lovities here on the show, which all the guests love. Sounds amazing. Welcome. Good evening. Wow, what a great welcome from Brazil. And this is cool stuff when you get these comments. And of course, Willie is watching. Now, if you look at the screen, can you tell us what Willie wrote there?
She said I can write everything in Dutch.
Oh, perfect. That's right. Yeah, because she hears the English, and then she's got some way that it gets translated so she can understand it. So she mentioned sometimes if a guest talks or if any of us talk too fast, the translation becomes all confused. But we're welcoming you here in style with New York City and Pennsylvania, all across the United States. And Bernadette, welcome, Bastian. Really cool stuff. Everybody excited. And how have you been? Iowa, Florida, they're still coming in here.
The list goes on.
You got tulips coming from Willie. They're in Amsterdam. She's in Amsterdam.
That's
Good
nice.
stuff. Yeah, good stuff. So, my friend, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
again. Before we even chat, I just want to thank you for doing all of this at what is after 1 a.m. It's now 1:30 a.m. there, and you're in a cool location that you went to specifically for this
Exactly.
episode of our show. Tell us about this. It's cool.
Yeah, I actually live like 1 minute away from here, but I have a little kid. He's only 1 year old, fast asleep right now, already halfway, I guess. But a friend of mine has got a cafe. It's in my street. I can show everybody. Wait,
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
there's a bar and everything, and we can. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go. So I'm all alone in a cafe right now, but it's a perfect spot to make some noise. So
That's
maybe
right, exactly.
we can play some tunes later.
And congratulations on your 1-year-old. What's your 1-year-old's name?
His name is Moritz. So yeah,
Congratulations.
it's a good name for you to pronounce as well.
That's right, Morris. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
See, I'm lucky. No matter where you go, Jim Masters is pretty much an easy one.
Everybody can say that. Yeah.
Masters
But that's
is,
why we chose the name actually, because in Dutch you say Maurice, and in French you say Maurice. So it's a name
Yes.
that everybody understands or relates to. So yeah.
That's cool. Well, congratulations. I know you're very happy,
Thank you so
proud,
much.
proud dad. Have you seen? I know only 1 year old, but have you seen any musical aptitude, ability already in
He's
Maurice?
crazy about music already. Yeah. Or maybe I just want to see it. I'm not sure yet. But
Yeah, maybe you're.
but
Yeah, it's like a
yeah.
tennis
No, but
player.
he actually recognizes a song of mine. So when I'm at home, I have a little studio back home, and every time I just finish a song, then he's running into the room and said, "Papa, Papa." So it's yeah, he likes it already.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how have you been? Obviously you and I were chatting before we went live on the air, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of things that have stopped or winded down, or there's not a lot of touring, if any. There's no touring happening, and
No, no,
live
no, no.
performances happening.
No.
How have you been keeping busy? Are you writing music? Because you're a singer-songwriter, musician.
Yeah, yeah.
What have you been doing to keep busy and creative during all of this craziness of this year?
The video we just saw of Stepping Out, that was in this year's February, halfway actually. So
That's
I've
awesome.
been working on that show for I think a year with all the camera crew, and we were building the stage and planning the whole show.
Yeah.
And like a few weeks before, the first news came out about COVID, and it was all like, I thought, oh, if this show is getting canceled, or we have to reschedule it or whatever. But we were glad to do it, and we have like tons of footage to go through. So the first weeks I was busy with that, and then my schedule was like empty, and it still is. Like
Yeah.
next year, it's still like. So my focus right now is just writing new music, and that's been great. And it felt kind of fulfilling in a way, just to have time and not being busy with the next gig, but just only focus on writing songs and just give everything more
Yeah.
place.
Attention and
Yeah.
detail and breathe. You
Yeah.
know
But
you're
it's long enough right now.
you're one of
I'm
several
ready to
people
go back on
who's
stage.
yeah, but that's funny because that's exactly what people have been saying, and me too. Like I do television projects and shoots, and we haven't had anything. I was supposed to be in Ireland, Texas, Florida, various
Yeah.
places, and that once March came, that all is still out there, but it's pausing. Nobody's flying really, and you can't bring a lot of people together. And with a TV crew, you have to have all these people and everything. So that's a lot of people I've been talking
Yeah.
to who are saying exactly what you're saying. They're like, I kind of liked the fact that I didn't have to run around, I didn't have to tour, I didn't have to be on all the time. I could breathe, I could be with the family, I
All
could
the
do
time with
things
the little one. Yeah.
all the time with the family and check in with loved ones and do things that I've wanted to do for myself that I haven't been able to do. But now, because it's really gone on months and months and months, they love that, but they're missing the audience, missing the
Yeah.
engagement with people, and they're ready to get back to work and get out
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
And that's what you're experiencing too. Yeah.
'Cause in the show in Luxor in February this year, I actually had two people from the United States. They were over in Arnhem. Great saxophone player Danny Lerman from the South Bend Jazz Festival.
Yeah, he's coming on our show too in a couple
Oh
weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. We did a little tour, like a double bill kind of thing, where I played a set and then he played a set, and we did some stuff together. Um, we toured in February around here, and the plan was to uh, go to South Bend, where the festival is, in October, but it all got rescheduled, and hopefully next year. But yeah, we'll see.
And that's the thing, right? They're not sure yet about
No.
2021 yet, so they're everybody's targeting 2021 for things to happen, but there's not things, and people are actually planning dates and they're booking things, but sort of in a temporary way, not necessarily locking it down,
No.
because we have to get through the fall and the winter, and
Yeah.
and the spring with all this, and
And
so.
even today, the rules over here change. So
Like here in the United States,
yeah,
one minute it's this, next minute it's that, and nobody
yeah.
knows what to do, and so that's making it much more difficult. Let's talk again about these earlier influences when you were a kid. I mean, your father, guitar player and a guitar builder as well. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you have music around you when you were a kid too, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I loved it. Always loved it. Yeah, my father is only a guitar builder for, I think, 5 or 10 years now. He was in the military actually, but he retired and then started building his dream of building guitars and starting a new company. But we grew up with guitar music and all the heroes, and I listened to all the old soul records every day. And my sister sang, is still a jazz singer. So every holiday we went to France and we brought the guitar and we were in front of the tent and just playing music. So yeah,
So
I
early
really loved
on,
it.
yeah, absolutely. And when early on, when you were a kid, what were some of the music that you really liked to listen to? What were some of the who were some of the performers that really stood out to you? Were you hooked on, did you like, music coming out of England, music coming out of the States? What was the
Yeah,
music there in the
mostly
Netherlands?
States. Yeah,
United
mostly
States,
States.
yeah.
No, I never been listening to songs coming from here. I'm I was pretty early into Michael Jackson or Stevie Wonder or Prince or just the yeah,
Yeah.
people
All
from the
the
United States actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because your style of music, it's like soulful pop, right? Is that
Yeah.
how it's sort
Yeah.
of? So how
Yeah.
do you define that for people watching, saying, okay, I know soul and I know pop, but how do you define from your angle as far as how you're presenting it as
Mm.
soulful pop? I mean, it's got to really, just in that one clip, because I've been
Yeah.
listening to a lot of your music for a while now, but just in that one clip, there's a
Yeah.
real cool vibe, there's a rhythm, you get lost in that sound, which is terrific. Um, how do you
Thank you.
define soulful pop from your angle?
If I'm in a pretty crowded cafe and somebody asks me that question, I normally say it's a mixture between Prince, Stevie Wonder, Al Green, or all the big
Yeah,
soul artists, and
yeah,
then Gavin DeGraw or Alan Stone or John Mayer even. So it's
right,
pop music of today and the old soulful vibe from before my
right.
date of birth.
The
Yeah,
previous
yeah,
artists that came in. So those are some great names you mixed in. Al Jarreau and Michael Jackson and some of these others. So you've absorbed elements of a lot of them and really pay homage and pay heed to sort
yeah,
of the road that they paved early on.
yeah,
So you were in a band, you were with the other guys, and
yeah.
then did some great work with them, and then said, you know what, I want to sort of carve out my own niche. I want to carve out some of my own sound and have control over what I'm presenting. Tell us
Yeah.
about when you decided to do that, and was that a easy decision for you to sort of step away from the other band and create your own thing? You knew you wanted to do that,
No,
or
no,
was
no, it
that
wasn't.
it was a tough decision?
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty tough. Yeah, because we were the band Dear Mr. Man, where we were playing for 5 or 6 years, did 3 albums, and we were having fun.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they were all jazz musicians, so the focus was we had a Hammond with a left hand bass, so no bass player. So it was pretty musician kind of experimental music, and I always thought that if you write a good chorus with only two chords, then you have a pretty cool song. So why not play it? And there was always tension there. So after 5 or 6 years, it's not, because we were having gigs, we were having fun, we had like the foundation of 3 albums we can work on. So it was, yeah, it wasn't easy, but when I look back to it, they're still friends of mine. So we still have contact, and everybody's gone their own way, and we are happier now. So
Which, right, everybody, right, they sort of have their own thing, and which is really, really cool. I mean, and that's, and you've developed, and you've been able to grow as an artist yourself too, through your
yeah,
work. I want to show another video we have here, which is really, really cool, so people can get even more of a taste of your music. This is a great one, Happiest Man, official live video. Tell us about the creation of this one as we give them more music, and then we'll come back and continue our
yeah,
chat. Tell us about this cool one as well, Happiest
yes.
Man.
Happiest Man is one of the, I think it was from last month or the month before that. I've been releasing a new single every month
Which is
since October
amazing.
last year. Yeah,
Yeah, you've been really
yeah.
creative.
I started out with an EP in April of 2019, and it was cool. But I thought, because the first plan was just to do 3 EPs and then a total of 18 songs. But then I thought, why not just make a new video and then a single, just as a sort of a package where I can tell the story of each song, and just take the time. And why not just tell a new story every month? And that's what it is. And Happiest Song is actually one of my favorite songs, because it's a story about a close friend of mine who was addicted
Hmm.
to drugs and alcohol, and he went to
Right.
South Africa to, I think, for a year or maybe two, um, just to get sober and get his life back together. And now he's actually a trainer for people getting back from long rehab periods.
Oh, that's great.
And he's trying to help others and be the happiest man, actually. So I thought, if I wear his shoes for a day, what would I came up with? And this song was a result of that. So
Putting to use that master's degree in social science with your
yeah,
music too, right? Yeah,
of
it's a
course, yeah,
blending, because music has a lot of
yeah,
emotion
but
and psychological
exactly,
aspects
it's
to it,
life.
right?
Yeah, it's
It's
life.
life.
Yeah,
Exactly right. Cool. I like the way you do that. I like the way you think, Bastian. Let's take a look at this official live video, which is fresh, hot off the presses,
yeah, yeah.
seen,
What I did with this one,
which is
this
awesome.
we had a studio recording, obviously, and it was mixed and mastered in LA with Chris, you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And we put that on every streaming service there is, like Spotify and everywhere. But next to it, I want to like make a personal video. We just strip down the song and just me and a guitar and tell that story of my friend. And we went to an old bar downtown in a basement, actually. So just to make it pure and only me and the guitar and just sing the song. And
Mm,
yeah, I'm happy with it.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's take a look at that right now, everybody. Good to have you with us. I'm your host, Jim Masters, a very special guest, live and direct from the Netherlands, a singer, songwriter, musician extraordinaire, Bastian Steven. He is here live and direct from the Netherlands with this incredible music video. This one is Happiest Man, as he just described for us. We're going to check this out, enjoy the music, get ready to jump up and dance and enjoy, folks. It's a really cool song. And then we'll be back in just a second with more. Here we go. Here's Happiest Man.
Enjoy.
Crystal clear and colorful, he turned his life back around. He's ready to go. focus on what matters. He puts his habits aside. He's got his hopes up. It's so nice to see that you're good to yourself when you leave those darkest hours behind. It's not easy to be your own dearest friend when you're not alone. You walk in the line, and oh, you walk in the line. Not yet every day is wonderful, but you've learned to decide to look at the sky. You're walking down the street, I see your calmness. You're free as a bird, years have to fly. It's so nice to see that you're good to yourself when you leave those darkest hours behind. It's not easy to be your own dearest friend when you're not alone. You walk in the line, and oh, you walk in the line. You know what to do when times get rough. Give all my strength to you when your mind plays blind. You're gonna be the happiest man, and my respect's for you. You're chosen the right path to live a life that's true. Oh yeah. You're gonna be the happiest man, and my respect's for you. You're chosen the right path to live a life that's true. Yeah. To live a life that's true.
Really nice. That really is a very meaningful. It is like you definitely feel like you're talking about your friend there, and to live a life that's meaningful and true. And you know, the timing of that song is so perfect, Bastian, because during what's been going on in this year, a lot of people have been pausing in their lives to think about what they've done in their life so far, where they want to go, who they are, what their purpose is, searching for their purpose. And a lot of people are saying, I want to live a life that's meaningful and true, authentic, that really represents them. People that have seen that and heard that message in that song, again, your voice is fantastic, and obviously
Thank you so much.
your musicianship is as well, and we're getting all those great comments from around the world. When you get feedback from songs like that that really sort of go deep and touch people, you know, beyond the surface of just music, you're really touching the core of their, again, soulful pop. How does that make you feel when you get feedback like that from people who say, not only did I like the rhythm and I like the voice, but I like the deepness of the message of the music that you're presenting?
Yeah, that's what I always try to do, because that's what I actually miss in a simple pop song, because I always love the story behind it and the old soul. Yeah, you have to feel it, because it's a you sing about something and I want to tell something, and if you only can touch uh, one heart in the whole world, then you still have achieved more than just writing a song for a hit, or for it's going to be forgotten in a week. And just writing music to, for me personally, just to give my feelings a new way of their own life sometimes. So
That is so very, very true.
and that's
Yeah.
what I like about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I've
really,
missed
really.
you. Are you back? Oh
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're there. Yeah, no, it's so true. It's when you have that opportunity to really create music that goes to the soul and goes to the heart. It is music that has a lasting value versus music that is like a one-hit wonder. It's just it sounds good and that's it. But then it wears off and you don't really hear it and you don't feel it. You like to create music that people really feel, don't you?
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe can relate to, or maybe the opposite, that they just hate, or but I just want them to feel something, and then music makes sense for me. So yeah.
Do you want to play something live for us right now, Bastian? You have
Oh
a
yeah,
song, a
yeah,
couple of
why not?
songs I know set up.
Yeah,
What is this one here? And then we'll chat more about your life and
yeah.
career and all too as well. But we're going to sprinkle some music in as we go along. What is this
Yeah.
song?
Let me unmute something. Yeah. Um, let's do Disconnected, just because
Yeah.
it's so great for me to just talk to people from all over the world now. And I always have a hate-love relationship with all technology,
Me
and
too.
me as an artist, I have to post every day on Facebook and Instagram, because
And it could be a lot.
it's
You
supposed to
just want
be.
to. Right, that's a whole other job, you
Yeah,
having to do that when you just want to create and do what you love,
yeah,
and the other stuff you have to do now too on top of it. Years
yeah,
ago, you just went and did your thing, and that was it. And now you have to be so connected constantly,
yeah.
24/7. It gets in the way of doing what you want to do.
Exactly, yeah.
I know
And
what you're
it's
talking
not like
about.
you are taking like 1.5 hours to really get to know me and talk about life, and talk about me and what are we doing right now. But if you have to tweet in like a few sentences to make a point, it's not like how I do it.
No, because you
But
can't
still,
feel it, right? You can't feel
no,
it.
exactly, yeah,
It's just right,
yeah.
exactly. Well, as
So
we get to
maybe
know you, you're going to play a fantastic song. What is this one, Bastian?
this song is called Disconnected.
All right.
So strange how people can be. Each passerby has a hat in the clouds. Nobody truly noticed me, except for the little boy on the sea. He's got his mouth right open so that he can better see. But why do we all seem to forget how to live our life outside our head? I think we've gone too far. So maybe it is time to go back to the start. So strange how people can be. No sincere good morning, nor a smile that is free. No real connection on the sea. So
Everyone seems busy, but they're looking on the screen. Why do we all seem to forget how to live a life outside our heads? I think we've gone too far, so maybe it's time to go back to the start. So why do we all seem to forget how to live our life outside our heads? Well, I think we've gone too far. So maybe it's time to go back to the start. So maybe it is time to go back to the start. So maybe it is time to go back to the start. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah. Willie in Amsterdam loves it. Everybody does, and it's really a message within a message in this song. Disconnect, so cool, and saying awesome with lots of claps. Renee in Iowa, USA, double hearts. Merlin hearts and claps. She's in Canada.
Thank you all
Really,
so
really.
much.
Yeah, they're loving it. They're absolutely loving it as he drinks his American Coke in honor of America.
Exactly.
That's it. That's funny because, like I was telling you, when we were on TV shoots in Europe, we're in Greece, Germany, and Amsterdam, and I think they drink more Coca-Cola there than we do here. They love it. It's like everywhere, especially in Greece. It was just like it was the drink of choice was Coca-Cola.
I
Good
was in
old America.
Chicago last year and it was otherwise. It was
Right.
like, yeah, everybody drinks Coke at breakfast there. So
Yeah, exactly. And Heineken, of course, big there too. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We
that's a
love
cool
Heineken.
song. Yeah, Heineken. Everybody's saying very nice. Kathleen says nice. Sue says nice. Kathy says nice. All great comments here. When you get ready to write a song, or sometimes you don't even know you're going to do it, you're probably inspired by a lot of things. You have to be an observer of life, right? You're observing things. What are some of the things, Bastian, that inspire you to write this kind of music?
That's a deep question for
That's a deep
like
one.
2 a.m. for me. I'm not sure. I always say if something ever happens to me, go find my phone because it's every time only a sentence or a melody. I just sing in it, and it just sometimes a song is just there for
Pops up, right?
yeah, it pops up and then, but it can be hard work for weeks just to
Yes.
finish a particular song.
Right,
But
exactly.
because if I just take from February the COVID starts till now, most of the songs just been about family life and about because I've been thinking a lot lately about uh, what is our generation going to leave behind for my son, and how's life going to be in 20 or 30 years. Um, and it was a time just to reflect for myself the past 4 or 5 years where we were just going and going and going. And now it was just life is on pause, so you can just think about all the steps you've been making and all the things you've been doing. So actually, before Morris was born, we were already 2 years of trying for a kid. Had three miscarriages, so it was a pretty rough time just
Yeah.
the years before that. So a few songs were about that, just to get it out of me and write it down on a paper,
Right.
literally. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was a funny and a really um, awesome way to just even. I lost a dear friend of mine 9 years ago, and I always thought that um, I already like gave it a place in my head, and I was thinking about him a lot still. But when he died in April, so every April every year is going to be a little bit uh, rough few days. But now my schedule was empty, so I could just think about him, and I was sitting in the back of my house, and I was just strumming away, and
Yeah.
that was like the experience all creative people know, and it's a feeling you can't describe. But after like half an hour, I thought I now have a song, and nobody in the world has ever heard of it yet, and it's just my song, and it's he can hear it now, and we'll see if I ever just put it out there. We'll see, but it was
Yeah.
just a moment you can't describe.
And that's oftentimes what really happens. Sometimes you get inspired by things that happen in our lives that we didn't plan to have happen or
Hmm.
we didn't expect to have happen. And it's a beautiful thing when we are able to um, sort of share those moments, whether they're happy moments, they're sad moments, they're tragic, confusing, whatever it may be, through our work, through the expression of who we are, through
Yeah,
our art form, whether it be
yeah,
music, whether it be acting, whether it be writing or anything, communicating, building a building, whatever it is, whatever
yeah.
somebody does that really helps express who they are and express their visions of life and some of the things that happen in life. It's a beautiful thing that you can work through some of those things through your music because it's like therapy for you as much as it is for the person that might be listening to the song who's going through something similar and can
Yeah.
relate to what you're saying in the song, right?
That's why I like to write songs that are so personal to me, but
Yeah.
the words can be like uh, interpreted in a different way for somebody else who's in a different situation. But still, the subject or the way I build the song is going to be relatable to more people than just my situation. And I think that's the cool thing about soul music and soulful pop songs that have a little bit of depth or meaning that they can uh, be relatable to a lot of people, but still personal to some people or just me.
Exactly. Yeah, beautifully said, and that's so true, and that's what soul music and soulful and Motown and even jazz and elements of all that and some of
Yeah,
the pop
yeah,
has the ability to be able to reach people in that way, and sometimes even I don't know if you experiment with any of this too, but country music also has sometimes the ability to also tell stories and go deep and relate to
yeah.
people, whether it's
I've
been
actually been in
loss or
Nashville, so
Nashville. You know, when you sing, you lose all the Dutch, which is amazing. I was talking about this with another one of our guests who was in London the other night,
mhm,
and I just said it always fascinated me here in the United States
mhm,
when I hear performers, specifically singers from all the different generations, perform, and they have a thick English British accent, or it could be Dutch or French
yeah,
or Italian, and the minute they start singing they sound like they're from Nashville or from New
mhm,
York or LA. They sound like they lose all elements of the accent of their
yeah,
nationality, and they have the ability to sing where it sounds like they're from the Canada or United States. And he had said something which was really fascinating. He said, "Well, it's something about when you're performing, when you're singing, because of the melodic nature of the words, it's taking, like, for example, he said proper British, it's sort of very rigid, very, direct. And when you're singing, you don't necessarily want that. You want more of a flow. So he said, now imagine with Dutch and with German as well, it's much more regimented, language. So he said it has a lot to do with taking the songs when you're singing and sort of curving out the words through the way that you're interpreting them. Everything is sort of softened and curved, so it creates that melodic sound, which removes the accent. You find that to be the same? I think it's really cool.
I think part of that's true, but it's kind of a Disney story as well. Because I think I was in I played the South Bend Jazz Festival near Chicago last year, and I played with two local musicians, a bass player and a drummer, Brendan Kane and Keith, and they were asking me the same question. 'Cause we were having lunch, and I was explaining on a map where the Netherlands were, and because they thought Amsterdam is that in the Netherlands, because how is it exactly?
Because everybody thinks the whole thing is Holland, and it isn't. Holland is one part of Netherlands, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but on the other, I can't imagine why, because I'm in Arnhem and Amsterdam is only an hour away, and then you're from east to west, and you're there already. So
yeah.
But the thing is with the language, for me now I'm pretty tired. It's late, so when I speak, I have to think about what I'm saying, and when I sing a song, the words are already there, so you don't have to think about what you're gonna say. I think that's so I can focus on how it sounds and how where I make the curves and all the notes and the timing and everything. So when I was in Chicago and in South Bend, after like 6 or 7 days, I started to really get into the rhythm and into the. I was even starting to think in English, and then the pronunciation is getting better. But yeah.
And then you started ordering hot dogs and French fries, right?
Exactly. and Coke.
And Coke. That's it. Exactly, the true American way. We have another. The Coca-Cola will definitely keep you awake. That's for sure. We've got another cool video, and then we'll have you play some more too live. But this one is. I was watching this one earlier. It's really cool. This is Lose Myself, live recording from Disconnected. Tell us about this song, Lose Myself, Bastian.
Yeah. Kind of connects with the question earlier. Lose Myself is about not thinking and just doing. So I wrote that song just losing myself and just let the melody write itself and not think about what would be catchy or funny or just a strong chorus or whatever. Just lose yourself, and it's just a cool metaphor for like things you're scared of. Just do it, lose yourself in it, and go for it. I always like to play this song because it's like an energizer for everybody in the house. So a lot of energy. So I like that.
So it's almost like, let yourself be. Relax, don't overthink, just lose yourself, in life. Just have a good time and don't overthink it and get so stressed out.
Just good at that.
Right. Yeah, I know how that is. Overthinking it and making I tend to do that too sometimes. So you have to be reminded to lose yourself and just let it happen. Don't always make it so perfect and try to make it so exact, right? Cool stuff. Just let life wash over you. Exactly, we're going to lose ourselves in this song, everybody, with our friend Bastian Steven, live and direct again. We thank him. He's there at 2 a.m. right now in the Netherlands, as is Willie watching in Amsterdam. Bless them both. And this is from Disconnected, the live recordings, as we are all connected here on the Jim Masters Show, live worldwide. Enjoy, everybody, and Bastian and I will be back with more. This is another really cool one. You're going to enjoy it, and here it is.
I don't wanna spend more time by thinking something closer. I will open my mind to see what's gonna be. It's time to open my mind and look if it's still sober. Let the melody form itself before I sing. I want to lose myself all night, so I can surprise myself. Alright, I just want to lose myself all night. I can't control myself. I let my feelings drive and my ego on the passenger seat, yeah. My unconscious mind goes free and control the beat, yeah. My analytic eye, I hang 'em out to dry. And to my body's side, I'm gonna say goodbye, no expectation. It sounds so sweet. I want to lose myself, so I can surprise myself, yeah. I just want to lose myself, so I can surprise myself, so I can make this work, yeah. I can jump right out of the water and don't get hurt. Well, so from now on, I will make it through the fire. You know that's what I do, it's up to me, yeah. I lose myself, so I can't surprise myself, yeah. I just want to lose myself. I just want to. Just want to lose myself. All right, Chuck, take it away. Myself, just want to lose myself, just want to lose myself.
That is an amazing song. That really is an amazing song. Everybody's loving
much.
that. That really is cool. And I tell you, the musicians also that you surround yourself with are like some of the best of the best. These guys are really, really good. I mean, are they part of a group with you? Are they your regular musicians that come with you, or were you just jamming with them then for that particular recording?
Most nights, this is the group, but they're
Yeah.
all session musicians, so
They're the best of the
different
best.
schedules and different tours, and yeah, I love them.
So that song is on the album Disconnected.
Yeah, yeah.
And is Disconnected available on things like Amazon? And because I know people are going to want to get, I know I'm getting it. They want to get that. I just love that sound. It's really cool. And I mean, your voice and your musicianship is awesome. Just the whole, you know what I like too? In this day and age where everything is drum machines and auto-tune, you're bringing back the authenticity and the organic nature of music with real, singing that's not really twisted or filtered, real instruments and real performances, which I think people of really all generations are craving for. Even younger generations are now getting records. LPs are coming back, and they're listening to
Yeah.
some of their older stuff, and they're like, "Wow, I didn't know this music existed before, and I like this cool stuff from before." And it's becoming, popular again. So I think it's cool that you're doing it in a way, modern sensibilities, but yet with an old school flavor, and that's a
Yeah.
great combination.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that's what you're trying to aim for, right? That you're
Yeah,
trying
exactly.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You got, look at
That
this.
was it.
You got. I want you to definitely see the love coming your way. Your music is amazing. Willie there in Amsterdam saying, I mean, look at all of this. She's giving you music notes and everything else. Marilyn, who's watching in Wichita, Kansas, USA, you're incredible, Bastian. It's also like old rock and roll. It does have a rock and roll texture to some of this as well. Merlin in
Especially
Canada.
that song. Yeah.
Yeah. You really have a great variety that is beyond just the soulful pop. I think you really, put a guitar in your hand and you can do anything. Thanks for
Wow.
sharing your amazing story, Bastian. You're truly an incredible artist. That's
Thank you
Crystal in
so much.
Connecticut, USA. Renee says, cool song. She's loving it as well. Jennifer wants to jam on her drum kit to this with you. Cool, Bastian. Lots
Do
of
that
love
from
from
there.
everybody. Yeah. Lots of love coming your way, but really, really cool stuff. So that's exciting. When that album was finished, it must have been a real relief for you, and you must have been really, really stoked that you were able to pull all these great songs together on that album and all this variety of music on that album. Must have been really
Yeah.
a pleasure to get that done, huh?
It was. It was. It was a project that I spent, I think, 3 4 years on it. Just
Yeah.
first writing a lot of music, and then decided which way I wanted it to go, and then just we played. I think a few of these songs we played for 2 or 3 years before even recording it. And that was fun because we've been building our own studio, so we had a place where we could just uh, open a door and just play around. And even if
Yeah.
the day just doesn't have the results you aim for, it doesn't matter because you can go back again tomorrow. So
Exactly right.
yeah. So and that's the approach was just to play with a drum kit all day, just changing the mics and getting the sound we really liked, and don't let the clock spoil everything. Because with the previous band, we just booked the studio for 3 or 4 days, and we did a whole album, and we just had to finish like 12 or 13 songs in a week, and
Yeah.
it was just yeah, that's a different approach, and you just have to yeah, make changes. And now we
Make
could
changes.
just find the right snare for each song and just
Right.
yeah, that
Right.
was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You going to play something else for us live there? What do you
I
have
thought,
next for us?
let's do an opposite song. It's called All Keeps Falling Down. It's about times in life when things aren't that certain anymore, and you just think about stuff you need to change, and you repeat that every night. And you already know that it's only going to be over when you find that relaxing phase, and
Right.
just let it all go and let it happen.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of fighting against it and trying to control everything.
It's a lot about a lot of this music has this theme of releasing and enjoying life and not letting things eat you up
Yeah.
inside and just because life's going to come at you as we've learned this year.
Yeah.
Life's going to come at us in all these different directions, and sometimes you can't control it all, and it's overwhelming and you can't handle it all. Just breathe, and like I show everybody on this show too, relax. We
Nice.
show this at the end of every show. I tell everybody, love one another, take care of one another, breathe,
Yeah.
and relax. Because even
Just
I
really
have to
feel that
remind myself of this.
when I did the master's degree in social science, I landed a job. I didn't even want it actually, but I got a job at one of the biggest firms in the world at Unilever.
Yeah,
I was a sales agent for I think a year or two. I had a pretty nice car and a salary like 3 times what I earn right now, but it was like so not what I wanted to do in
you
life.
weren't happy. Yeah, you weren't
No,
happy.
I think that's why naturally these songs just exist right now, because I really felt that I wanted to do what felt good and not what
Right.
society wanted me to be. Or
Exactly.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
doing you're doing you. You're doing
yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah,
You're doing who you are.
yeah.
Well, love to hear this song, my friend,
I'll keep falling down.
and take it away, and then we'll be back. Yeah.
Busy to figure out the hell to do. Even when I face it, I never got the chance to change it. I feel it slipping, but I don't know the hell to do. It's about when it all keeps falling down. You know when it all keeps falling down. When it all keeps falling down. You know when it's over, we get it right. It takes a while for me to communicate. I know you're there. You make it sound so bright. I know I want it, but it's hard to find the upspace. Put down the glass sometimes to get it from another side. It's about when it all keeps falling down. You know when it all keeps falling down. Oh, when it all keeps falling down. You know when it's over. You know when it's over. You know when it's over. When we get it right. Oh, yeah.
Really nice, my friend. That's a really,
Thank
really
you.
cool song as well. You know, Merlin in Canada has a question that I was gonna ask you, and I might as well
Mhm.
ask it now because it is a great question. Do you play your father's guitars that he's built?
I don't own one yet, but it's cool question.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, no, I have a. He bought me this one actually.
yeah.
So, but it's not a original. This is a Tanglewood, like a Martin, and he only built electrical the guitars, and
So he does electric. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But it's
really
getting
nice.
there. Yeah,
So I would
hopefully one day.
imagine, yeah, and how about his feedback? He sees your career just taking off and developing, and
Mm.
he hears your music. And how's your father influencing you? And what's some of the positive feedback he gives you about your music? You must be really proud.
Of course, yeah, yeah. He loves it. Yeah, he comes to like every show he can get to. So, and even now, these past few months, I've been sending him a lot of new demos, and he listens to it, and he can be brutally honest, and but still be um, motivating me to write more songs, and just enjoying it. Yeah, because he's been in the military all his life, and only now doing what he really wanted to do, I
Hmm.
think. Um, and I think he knows he's not the person that says it a lot, but he deep down I know he's proud of me, and but I just ditched the nice car and the big salary just to be a musician. Um, yeah, do it
Yeah.
right now or never do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That sounds like the title of another song you could create. Do it
Yeah.
right now or you'll never do it.
I have to write that
Write
down.
that down quickly. Yeah, because that's so true, right? I mean, how often do we say, "Oh, we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it later, we'll do it later."
Yeah.
Well, now this year with everything that's gone on, there's time to do it right now because well, if we
You can
don't,
say you're doing it right now, like every night a new show.
yeah.
That's pretty hard work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We are cranking, that's for sure. And then I'm doing this and then my professional work in TV and radio in the
Yeah.
day. And it's a little bit of a balance every once in a while.
Do
But,
you
you
ever
know,
sleep or?
I'm not sleeping. Yeah, that's what it is. And you know how that is, right? Especially when you tour and everything and you're in
Yeah.
buses and planes and it's part of the whole thing. But you know what it is? If you do what you love,
Mm.
it doesn't even seem like work. It
No.
comes just naturally. And if you're
Yeah.
communicating with people, because I know you're similar to me as far as you like to feed off the energy of others and then sort
Mhm.
of give it back tenfold. And that's a really, really cool thing to be able to do. So it's a lot of work, what you do and what I do, but we're communicators, born communicators, and it doesn't even seem like work. I mean, sometimes it does, but generally, when you're really in the thick of doing it, you
Mhm.
lose all memory of it even being work, right? It's
Nice.
just, it's
I
just
have to write
pleasure.
that down too.
Write that down too. That's right. Another Jim Masters mantra, Masters mantras.
Exactly.
I'm always filled with so many of them. We have another great, now this one's really cool because I was teasing the audience a little bit earlier and I was telling them that there was this video, and we're really giving people some great entertainment tonight with the conversation, as learning about you and your life, but also hearing the actual music. This one is Freedom and Fireworks, official
Mm.
music video. Tell us about this one here and what was the inspiration for Freedom and Fireworks?
Mm. We have, yeah, actually two subjects. Um, we had World War II in Arnhem. It's 75 years ago this year. And I was thinking about the freedom we experience every day now. Because I grew up in a city that already built up after the war and was doing great with uh, finances, and we were just happy from day one. But there's so many places in the world where it isn't that case, and still it's like I can't even imagine how it is to live in a place where there's war or no food, or like we are so lucky just to be talking to each other tonight,
We
and just
are,
everything have everything we want.
right?
Um, but on the other hand, I noticed for years now that even here in the Netherlands, there's uh, a growing, how do you say that, a polarization of different colors and different cultures. And even though the Netherlands is so tiny and small, and there are a lot of different cultures living next to each other, we still experience things like racism, or different cultures don't get jobs they want, or and I
Political
just thought,
unrest, and yeah,
yeah, yeah, I thought, why not just forget about all the nasty things in life and just sit next to each other and enjoy all the different colors in the air, because we do have a lot of fireworks every December. Uh, so yeah, why not just press pause, start over, and just enjoy each other and learn from each other, instead of see the difference and the different languages or the different cultures, or just
you sound so
appreciate each
much
other
like
a bit
me.
more.
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I operate, and exactly
Mhm.
how it's really refreshing to hear that you say this because it sounds like I'm your cousin and you're my cousin, and
Mm.
we just very similar ways of thinking. With that said, have you ever thought of running for political office? I think they could use your thinking in either
Yeah.
here or there or both. That's it.
I was the captain of my soccer team. I think that's enough.
Oh, see, that makes That makes sense. You were the captain of the soccer team, and I was
Yeah,
the president of our debate team in college. So I think we're kindred spirits in that way, having to lead and inspire other people and communicate effectively in an inspiring. There's ways to communicate effectively and be a good leader, no matter who it is, or lead a group or lead anything, and be inspiring and to be positive. And that's not everybody does it that way, but that's obviously the way you do it. That's the way I do it. Reinforce, reinsure, lift people up, which you're doing through your music. And I think a lot of people are really enjoying this tonight. They might even be surprised if they're learning about you for the first time as they watch around the world, that the music itself, the textural qualities of the music, the way you articulate it, the sounds. I mean, obviously, you're fantastic as a musician. Your voice is awesome. The whole thing. The musicians you surround yourself with, fantastic, top notch. But there's this theme of like positivity and inspiration you've got running through this music that I think is so apropos, so perfect for now. As you're spilling it out because you're feeling it in terms of your own life, Bastian, it's so needed by so many people around the world now. So the timing of what you're doing, I think, is awesome. It isn't just music, mindless music that we're hearing. There's a lot of depth to it all, and I think the world needs that now more than ever.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do.
When we were shooting the video, I was thinking about how to tell this whole story without actually use words to tell it, besides the words, the lyrics of the songs, of course. So what I did was I think it was right before the fireworks in December last year when we shot this video. So I planned it in advance. And me and my friend, the camera guy, we just got into the city center, and we were just talking to people and saying, just give each other this fireworks and spread the message of just sharing and spending the beautiful sunny day together. And it was so surprising to me that all the people we've asked to participate in the video, like, only 1% said no. Everybody said, of course, we'll do it. And we share the same message. But if we forget doing things like this, then we only see the difference. So we just have to focus on positivity more, I think. Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Beautifully said, my friend. And that's a great lead in to Freedom and Fireworks. We're going to take a look at that incredible video now, and then we'll come back. We'll chat some more. Here's some more live music as you're strumming away at 2:30 a.m. Do you get to sleep in a little tomorrow, or do you have to wake up with the child?
I have to be in studio tomorrow. So no. My wife is being up early, so
she's got it. So you're
sleep in a little bit.
Awesome. So you're good. So all right. So here is that incredible official music video we're showing here. I think debuting worldwide almost. Freedom and Fireworks with Bastian Steven right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Enjoy, everybody, and then we'll be back with more. Hope you're enjoying this great night of entertainment on the Jim Masters Show Live. Here we go.
The leaves are falling from the trees. I feel the strongest urge to be kind. Change has to come, and no more energy towards the negativity. The younger minds are getting ready to shine. But what a great world this would be, yeah, if we build up the walls so we no longer see. But what a great world this would be, yeah, we stop sharing our thoughts out on the streets. freedom and fireworks, so everybody can look up, appreciate all the colors. We're sitting here side by side, then we're dancing in the sky into this new direction of freedom and fireworks, of freedom and fireworks. Let's reunite in this debate. I want to share the love and celebrate, 'cause everywhere is home. Treat everybody like a loved one. The younger minds are getting ready to shine. But what a great world this would be, yeah, if we build up the wall so we no longer see, yeah. What a great world this would be, yeah, we stop sharing our thoughts out on the streets. We're living in one big world. I want freedom and fireworks, so everybody can look up, appreciate all the colors. We're sitting here side by side, and we're dancing in the sky into this new direction. Freedom and fireworks. Ooh, yeah. What a great world this would be, yeah, if we build up the wall so we no longer see. What a great world this would be, yeah, we stop sharing our thoughts out on the streets. We're living in one big world. I want freedom and fireworks, so everybody can look up, appreciate all the colors. We're sitting here side by side, then we're dancing in the sky into this new direction of freedom and fireworks. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Freedom and fireworks. We're sitting here side by side, freedom and fireworks.
That is cool. That is really, that song is so perfect for now. I mean, I'm sure that everybody's watching from their different countries and saying, you know what, that sounds like a song that should be in our country. That sounds like a song that should be in our country. Especially like, you know, I know here I could speak for the United States. That sounds like such a song that speaks to everything that's happening here. And that's a song. What I'm basically trying to say is that's a song I think that translates to everyone everywhere, no matter where they play it in whatever country it is. In America, you always also think about freedom because of it being United States and fireworks. It's just, that's a really cool. That I hope that gets a lot of radio play around the world because that is a very cool song. How long did it take you to?
I hope so.
Well, yeah. How long did it? And people are seeing it for the very first time here in our show, which I think is awesome. How long did it take you to write that? And what? Tell us more about some of the things you were thinking about. They did an awesome job also with the. Filming and editing of that music video too, with all the different people, all the different.
Myself, actually.
You did that yourself, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
and it's
awesome.
not perfect, but
It doesn't have to be, right?
no, exactly. Yeah.
You just lose yourself.
Wow.
It all comes back to that, right? You just lose yourself.
But
Let it be. Let
the-
it be.
The lyrics were actually were like half an hour and the lyrics were done. But the
Really?
music, yeah, the music was, I changed it up a lot, like a lot. But afterwards, I was playing the song with my guitar player, and he came up with the hook riff on guitar,
Love
and
it.
then we thought, okay, we're onto something now, and yeah, I think it's catchy in a way, but it's still
Yeah.
uh,
It's got all
uh,
those elements, catchy, but
yeah,
yet has that message, and it's very,
yeah,
it has sort of a patriotic feel, no matter where you live. Some of the people, I mean, Jennifer was dancing in her living room.
mhm,
Christine says that you truly are one of our Jim Master Show lovities now, having the same way of thinking. We say this often on the show, focus on connection and positivity, and of course, levity. Willie saying good sound there in Amsterdam. She loves it. Mary saying great video with wonderful words, very positive message. And Sherry said, wow, I'm glad I made it home in time to see this video. Love it. We're glad you're here, Sherry, as well. And Renee and Iwer says, great video and song. Really, really, it's touched a lot of people here tonight, which I think is awesome. Anne says, wonderful message. Jennifer says, good message, video and music, good and magical. A lot of people are going to watch this again on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV in the archives. They want to watch it again, and I think that's awesome too. Lovely song. Love hearing all this live music. All of these songs have great messages, cool lyrics, soulful music, relatable music.
no,
Kathleen says good music. Sue says great song. Kathleen claps. Renee, great video and song. Wow.
yeah. I'm lost for words actually.
And lost for words at
Yeah,
2:30 in the
yeah,
morning, right? Lots
yeah,
of
actually,
there's
yeah.
lots of levity on this show, and even
Mm,
Wichita, Kansas, chiming in. Maryland, great song. That's a universal song. It's just really that song that all of the music that we're hearing tonight does, but that song has that's a standout song. It's like an
mm,
anthem or something. It's just a feel
yeah,
good. I don't doubt that somebody like and it depends on what you would want to do with it. You might not want to do that. You worked in sales and advertising, so you probably understand the mentality
mm,
of it. That a major group, charity, country, corporation, whatever it is, approached you and say, we want that to represent our whatever brand or
yeah,
whatever it is. I could almost see that, playing at the Olympics or that
mm,
kind of thing where it's on a big stage. You know,
would
um,
love it. Yeah,
we're on a big stage right now, but then take it even to something like an Olympics or something. I could
yeah.
see that. So that's a really
Thank you.
cool. Now is that also on Disconnected?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I think
That's that is
it was a thing.
pardon my French. That is one hell of an album.
Thank you.
And we always say pardon our French, but I don't think the word hell ever came from France.
No,
But we always say pardon our French.
yeah.
That really is one hell. That's a damn good album you've
Thank,
got.
thank
All
you. Yeah.
there's such variety on that.
Oh,
Every
it's
song is
funny you
a
saying that
is
because
yeah.
the Freedom of Fireworks song is by far the best stream song from Disconnected.
It is,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, you
uh,
really want to move to that song, and it also has a great uplifting message.
yeah.
You're really a master at this to be able to create this variety of sound too, which I think is absolutely awesome.
Thank
Got a
you.
lot of fans here tonight. I'm certainly one of them. You've got another song you want to share live for us too while you're there?
I was thinking the best song that fits in the theme we have tonight is called Courage.
Oh, I love
I
that.
never
I love
play
it.
it only with a guitar actually, but
Yeah.
let's see how far how far I can get it.
Just lose yourself in it. That's it.
Courage. Don't go down, don't down, do do don't don't do don't this world you never showed up.
haters, there's always someone who's got something to say. I'm so excited to see you. I'm making a difference. Building your own road. Start driving away. 'Cause you are gonna make it. And you can call this home. And you are gonna make it. And you can call this home. I'm sure that we will find a way. I'm sure that we will make it there. I'm sure that we will find the place we decorate and call our home. Don't know, oh, 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 no, 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 no. Don't do da. In this world you're never short of haters. There's always someone who's got something to say. I'm so excited to see you. I'm making a difference. Building your own road and start driving away. 'Cause you are gonna make it. And you can't call this home. And you are gonna make it. And you can't call this home. 'Cause I'm sure that we will find a way. I'm sure that we will make it there. Oh, no, no. I'm sure that we will find a place to redecorate and call our home. No, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, no, no, no. Don't, ooh, oh.
That is really fantastic, I tell you.
I never know how to end that song. Sometimes it's 6 minutes, or sometimes it's 2. I don't know.
But it was perfect.
You can just jam on the
No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
and just
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and it's again, that's one of those songs where everybody sort of feels like they want to participate in it, and they can feel the
Yeah.
vibe and the rhythm and the movement of it, and it is a great jammed kind of song. Really awesome stuff, and again, more comments coming in here. I just want to show you because claps and claps from all around the world here, and claps that like they're
So
it's
awesome.
almost as if you don't, maybe you're not necessarily in a concert hall hearing the claps, but you're seeing the claps, so it's hopefully making you feel good to see
definitely.
them, because
Yeah.
the love is coming this way. What a wonderful voice and such a great song as well. You sure have made use of 2020. Thank you. You sure have. And what is Willie saying there?
She's saying that's like a beer slogan. It's like and then Bavaria. That's like a Heineken. So and yeah, they say after the work is done, a Bavaria. That's what they're trying to say.
So she's saying your voice is as smooth as a great beer.
I don't know what
That's
she's
it.
saying. but
Yes,
yeah,
a smooth
maybe.
ale. Such great vocals, and can feel your passion through your music as well, and you really, really can.
That's the best compliment for me.
That's a yeah, and that's Christine in North Carolina, USO, and Kathleen in New York City is loving it as well. Jennifer's saying, "Wow, what a treat for us, Bastian. Thank you." In terms of what you see for the future of what you're doing, obviously there's a pause now, but you're creating. I mean, you've pumped out all this music during this time when some people have lost their creativity. They're stuck. You said pretty much the opposite. You said, you know what? We may be social distancing and stuck at home, and there's pandemics and all this stuff, economic loss and all these things that are happening. But I'm going to keep creating. Now I'm really going to come out with stuff that inspires people, which I think is really cool that you've done that. What are some things you hope to do continuing? Like when this sort of hopefully ends or tampers down a little bit, where you can perform and you can be with people again. What is your hope with what you're doing with your career and your music going forward, Bastian?
I just can't wait because I think I've written. So it's been like crazy productive, and I feel like all the songs are about positivity and change. But now after COVID, I think we just all want to be in a nice venue together and share music, and that's just I can't wait until we can do that again. And it's just it's
burning and yearning inside, right?
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like.
And it would be cool if the music can because it's a lot of work and you need some luck to get the music out there and really make it into people's ears.
Right.
And
right.
That's a difficult part for me because I love to make music and I want to release all the new stuff as soon as possible. But how to because I dreamt about Freedom and Fireworks to really make a change in a lot of people, so you can really feel the connection again.
Right.
But how to get there? That's a question for me. But just continuing what I'm doing, I guess.
Especially now because I've said this to people, and it sounds like you are already on the same wavelength. And people, when I say it, they're like, wow, I never thought of it this way, Jim. But, you know, I've said a lot, and I've said it a lot on this show, too, that I think even before all this happened with this pandemic and the social distancing, we were already social distancing. You know, yes, like you said, the technology does make us connected. At the same time, we are disconnected in other areas because we're so dependent on the technology replacing being actually there. And we were already social distancing before because we had our faces stuck in our cell phones constantly. So somebody was right there talking to us and telling us about their life, but we weren't listening because we were stuck looking at our cell phone, stuck on social media, worrying about what everybody else is doing, and oh, they did that and they're going there. And we were already social distancing. And now that we got a taste of what social distancing is like, because we've had to do it to protect our health, nobody likes it. So maybe it's a little test of, hey, you guys were going in a wrong direction. If you don't like this, then maybe, hopefully you guys, you know, the earth, all of us, the global community will come out of this more loving, more empathetic, friendlier, less division. And it's a message that I'm all about, and I know you're all about, but it seems like you were being bothered by the way you saw things going in the world even before all this happened. And I've been complaining about it forever, about the way things were going and how people are arguing and screaming and fighting and the violence and tearing each other down and nobody coming together and all that. And it was going in a wrong direction in all parts of the globe. And now we got this pause and we have an opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity in many ways, through all the loss and the horror of it all, to reset and to rise from the ashes better, right?
Yeah. My drummer actually said to me a few days back, he said, do you ever write songs without a message of hope? Because we were talking about what we should do after COVID and what life should look like. And I was playing a solo show in a local park, and people were sitting down, and they were never more involved and quiet during the whole show, because people
Yeah.
were like craving for live music and real connection, and just being there together in a park was amazing. And
It's
yeah,
almost as if everything had to stop and be
yeah,
stripped and taken
yeah,
away so we can really appreciate
mm,
what we had. And
yeah,
that's why I've said often, even on this show with guests and even family and friends, I said it was sort of like it was a coming together of the divine, the earth, and Mother Nature saying, we're going to come together and we're going to throw
yeah,
some major things at the world because the
hmm,
world's going in the wrong direction. And let's
yeah,
see how everybody's going to handle it. We have seen the worst of the worst happen, but we've also seen the best of the best happening as well,
yeah,
and some
exactly,
beautiful
yeah.
things happening out of it. So,
And I get
again,
what you're saying, that there's a that you're almost angry inside because you see it happen and you want to change something. And that's what I was saying to my drummer. All these songs sound hopeful and joyful most of the time, but there's a lot of anger and frustration beneath that message. Because
right.
how do we get there? That's the big issue.
Right, right, right.
But maybe the past year has been positive in some way. Yeah.
There's a lesson, right? It's hopefully we're going in a direction that it will make life more richer and happier and more beautiful in ways, more empathy. Because I know a lot of people were saying, "Where's all the empathy? We lost empathy. We're only worried
Mm,
about ourselves, but we're not worried about helping the other person." Because when you help somebody else, it's a beautiful thing. You get inspired, but at the same time, you never know when that person might be the one who's going to help you back. So, it's all
yeah.
part of we're all part of the same cycle of life. And I
Mm,
think we were going away from that. We always felt we didn't need other people. I don't need them. I don't. Yes, we do.
no,
It's
it's
all
it's
part of,
almost like we forgot how it feels to really help somebody without getting something back. Just help somebody to get better.
that's
That's
right.
that's so much more fulfilling
Yeah,
than just make a lot of money or
right, right,
do,
right.
yeah, crazy
Because you
things.
had that
Yeah,
opportunity, right? You're working in
yeah,
sales and you knew what that
yeah.
was like. And I tell you, it's funny you say that. I have a lot of friends who have had corporate jobs where they were
Hmm,
doing extremely well monetarily, financially, but
hmm,
then they didn't like the culture. They didn't like what they were being asked to do. They didn't like certain aspects. And they also didn't feel like they were really connecting with people. So now they're nurses, they're massage therapists,
hmm,
they're life coaches. Some of them are musical artists, friends of mine,
hmm.
who are getting, some of them might be making a little bit less than what they were then,
Yeah,
but as they continue to grow, that returns. But in the beginning, they're making less, but they feel like they're being more in tune and connected with humanity,
yeah.
and that was eating them up inside when they were doing that high-powered
Hmm,
corporate job, and that's what was happening with you, right?
hmm.
Yeah,
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 exactly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it
But
was
still,
pulling
if
at
if
you,
if
and
yeah,
yeah.
and if that's really your passion, go for it and do it. But I think, yeah, there's something middle.
Absolutely. When you look to the future, is there anybody you would love to do a duet with? Anybody that, boy, I would like to, do an album with them or jam with them or have an opportunity to play with them or write songs with them, whatever it may be?
Phew.
There's a lot of people
Hmm.
on that list, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the first two names actually, maybe three. Yeah, the list is long. Um, I think if you combine the pop songs with the old soulful vibe, then I think, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but Mark Broussard. Do you know him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's from down south, but.
Yeah.
I love his voice. Just he can read a dictionary, and I still fall in love
And you
with it.
still love it, right?
Oh man, yeah. So he would be in the Netherlands, I think next month, but
Oh, cool.
it's all postponed till next year. I saw him
Right.
play live already like a dozen times. Um, so a duet with him, or I already, since I don't even know when it started, but Jamie Liddell or an Alan Stone are like my examples for how sound and real music can be combined with popular music of today, and the two can really fit together. And Jamie Liddell as a producer is amazing. How he can translate a story into sound. It's yeah, that's a dream for me.
And it's kind of like what you do as well. I mean, with your message through your music, it really
Mhm.
is soulful pop with elements of rock, elements of jazz in there as well,
Yeah.
and it's definitely feel good music. And when when this all came to a stop in March, did you have a lot of things planned? Were there tour dates? Was there a lot of stuff happening? Because a lot of people I've talked to said, "Oh, 2020 was going to be my year. I worked so hard, and 2020 was the year when I was really going to break out, and I had all these things scheduled and booked and everything, and then everything stopped." Was it sort of like that for you too? Did you have all these things booked, planned, ready to go for 2020, the new decade, and then it sort of came to a pause?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think there's never going to be a year where you're not at a point where you say, I've worked so hard, so now I want to go. I think in my life, it never happened because you always work hard and you want to take the next step, or do the next project, or write the next song, or whatever. But for me this year, because we did the show in February where we recorded the disconnected songs, and we've been playing them for 2 or 3 years, and that was like the final recording of the live stuff, and it was going to be a great summer. Yeah. And even for the United States, I was planning to come back in October, back to Chicago and South Bend,
Yeah.
um, and do a little tour there. Last year we played in St. Joseph, Michigan, South Bend, and the Chicago area. And my music somehow really uh, was in how do you say it, enjoyed by people there. So
It
that was
connects with
really
them. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I was really hoping to come back soon, and now it's still, yeah,
On hold.
it can be a whole another year before we can even travel that long. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we just have to see. Yeah.
What are some things you're working on now? I mean, you've shared with us a lot of great material tonight. What are some
Mhm.
things you're working on going forward right now, Bastian?
For me, the goal in the next few months is to find a really good producer, and really decide what the sound is going to be for the next album. Because I think the songs are already there. I've written some pretty cool stuff. Strange to say about yourself, but I like what I did the past few months. But now the question is, how is it going to sound, and how you're going to take it to the next level, sound-wise, production-wise, and song-wise. Um, so that's the focus for me. Just make sure the record is um, finished as soon as possible, and even in that process of finding a good producer who understands which way I want the songs to be going. I still write because normally when I start writing songs, I open all the doors in my head, and then every day something comes out, and I just it's always a bit scary to close those doors again and say, okay, this is it, and now we're going to the production phase. So when the good thing about these days is that everything is on pause, so you can just take your time. So I think I will write a few more and then decide which producer I want to work with, and go for it. Because I want to definitely be ready for next year. If we can travel, I just want to play as much as I can. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to look at it. Play as much as you can, and to do it right, and have the right people supporting it and wrapped around you who
Yep.
understand what it is you want to do and what you want to accomplish is
Hmm.
really important. What message would you have for somebody watching who may be a youngster who is considering? I mean, you obviously have had the influences within your own family. Your sister also a performer too, right?
Hmm.
As well.
Yep. Yep.
And she is she in jazz?
Yep.
Jazz as well.
Jazz,
Um,
and she is more in experimental vocal groups, and she's a choir leader as well.
oh, excellent.
So yeah,
Yeah. Do you
yeah,
ever play together?
yeah. We still duo sometimes. She plays piano, so we yeah,
Cool stuff.
yeah.
So, I mean, you've had these influences, positive influences as far
Hmm.
as music in your life. What would you say to somebody who might be watching who's, a kid and they're considering going into this line of work? You've had, the mentorship of people above you sort
Of
of
course, yeah.
guiding you. What would you say to somebody younger who's considering this as well? As the record industry has completely changed. The music industry is totally different
Yeah,
now than it was before, and there's all these different things, the Spotify's and this whole other world. What would you
yeah.
say to somebody now who would be considering, they have this love, they have this talent, but they don't know what to do with it?
Mm. Yeah, that's so difficult because honestly, nobody knows how the music industry is going to look in 10 years from now. So, business wise, no clue. Just, um, but I think if somebody just feels from every bone in their body they want to make music, then just go and make music because something's good going to come out of it eventually. And one thing I've learned from a dad who was in the military that I went to school first and always played music. And I'm lucky enough to go find a job in times where the gigs are a little less, and um, just make a good foundation for yourself to build up from. I think that's really important. But um, I think life is so short that it's just it really saddens me just that people are consciously making decisions that they already feel are the wrong ones. So yeah, it's really important just to do what you love. Yeah,
Right. A lot of people are stuck in positions and
yeah,
jobs and where they're not fulfilling who they are
mm,
and not touching people in the way that they want to, and they just go through life because of necessity, not expressing who they really are deep inside, and
no,
not allowing themselves to lose themselves, like you
mm,
said. And so if there's ever that opportunity, or even that thinking, especially now during everything we've been going through,
mm,
to do it, like you said earlier, if you don't do it now, you'll probably never do it.
no,
And
no.
so, like with this,
But it's
with the,
it's not like I normally don't say just throw everything away and be a musician. That's not
yeah, no,
realistic.
you can't do
Uh,
that
uh,
either, right?
no. Um,
Got to plan
so
it out.
I once saw a documentary of an old man who said, "I worked two jobs all my life just to have vacation from one job
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
was doing the other." And I always liked that out. Just uh, there's nothing wrong with just making music because you put all your heart and soul into it, and do something else, and uh, just fill your week with different stuff. Because why only do one thing?
right, right,
I think we,
right.
we live in a world where that's the positive side about technology. We can do different things and be successful at different things. And um, yeah,
That's very true, right? That's beautifully said as well. I really, really Agree 100%. A beautiful message and awesome music, my friend. And
Thank
I
you
want to
so much.
thank you for spending so much time with it. I know it's like 3:10 a.m. there. So you'll be getting up in
I'm,
about 2 hours and tilling the
oh well,
field and
I'm
mowing the
still pretty awake
lawn. And
actually.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, now you're away. Well, all the Coke, the
it's getting light
Coca-Cola.
out there.
Now it's like the sun's coming up. That's
Yeah,
that's breakfast time. But you're really, truly, truly amazing. You have an extraordinary talent. You've got
thank you so much.
amazing gifts that have been, you're sort of like a facilitator. The gifts come from where they come from, and you
Mm,
just let it be shared with the world. Gifted songwriter, musician, singer, and with a message, and with a really cool, positive message that our world really
thank you so
needs
much.
now more than ever, Bastian. And it was an honor and a
Mm.
pleasure to have you here on the show. You're welcome back anytime. And of course, everybody, all the lovedies, the viewers are thanking you as well from all around the world. They really love your music. They really appreciate you
Thank you,
being with us
everybody.
here on the show. And you're truly amazing. And I really am honored by all the time. I know you were excited to come on the show, and we were excited to
Of
have you
course,
here
yeah.
as well. And
I could talk to you for hours, so
I know. We will definitely have you back. I don't want to take too much of your time because it's so late there, but
it's already late. Yeah,
we are very similar in our thinking, which I
yeah,
think is
yeah.
really, really, really
You've actually
cool.
been a mirror for me as well tonight, so thank you for that.
It's amazing when that happens, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you talk to somebody, and I have found this a lot, and you're getting there's New York and there's wonderful show and guests, and thanks, Bastian, and good night, and in San Diego, California, Danilo
Mm.
watching, bye, Bastian, and Renee in Iowa, USA, bye, and thank you, and Carla in Brazil, loving it, thanks,
Oh wow.
Bastian, all the
Uh,
best, and Kathy, this was an amazing evening. And I knew that all of the viewers that watch our show would love it as well. Sometimes you do, it's amazing. You can come across people, and I think it's
mhm,
really cool. It's one of my favorite things in life, actually, where you can chat with them, and it's so effortless and it's automatic because you get each other and you
mhm.
finish each other's sentences, and the thoughts are automatically there. That makes it so calming. Cool. My personality is I like to create a calm, cool, conversational atmosphere anyway. It's I don't nothing
Mm.
too crazy and too, a warm environment for people, because when people feel comfortable and safe, they're going to open up more. They're going to share more, and you do that with your music. That's exactly what you do through
Yep.
your music. You create this warmth, cool, welcoming environment, and you show up to the plate when needed, and you do it. And again, look at the comments here. Great listening. Thank you, Bastian. Thank you so much, Bastian. Yet another great positive show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. An amazing evening tonight. A great listening this evening. Thank you, Bastian. Tonight you showed us who you are, and it's much more than a fantastic musician. You're a great human being.
Mm. Thank you, Kafid.
Such great advice in singing. Thank you, Bastian, for coming to Lovety Hall, as they call it. It's been a pleasure. Please come back soon. And Bastian, I got the Bastian and I got the I am proud. What does she say
Yeah.
in between?
She's saying, "I am proud"
In Dutch.
in Dutch.
Really,
Yeah.
very, very nice. She was excited
Thank you.
to stay up late because it's the same time for her, the
Yeah.
1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Thank you, Bastian. Keep sharing your positive message with the
I will. I
world,
will. I will
which
definitely.
is really, really important. Thanks for playing all the great music live. The videos were awesome. And stay in touch. Keep me posted on everything. We're going
I
to
will.
go check out. Do you have a website too people can check out?
Of
Where can
course.
they
Yeah.
find you?
BastianSteven.com.
Okay, great.
And
Perfect.
Instagram, Facebook is all the same. Yep.
It's all the same. And the music is, again, on places like for purchase, like Amazon, like Disconnected. And
Everywhere. Yep. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Amazon or
I think.
Spotify or
I
yep.
think a lot of people are gonna. I think you may see a little bump in sales after tonight with that.
Let's hope so. Yep.
Really cool songs in there.
Help me
Thank you.
spread the word.
We are spreading that word. Absolutely. Thank you, Bastian. Keep sharing your positive message with the world. Good night, Bastian, as well. Good night,
Nice.
and for him, good morning.
Yeah.
You're the best, my friend. It's really cool, and I
Really
hope
nice meeting you.
if I'm back there, because I was
Really
not.
felt like we were close together tonight.
Didn't
And it's
that's
the
what
other side of the world. That's so funny.
we're
How
all
they
the
can
way on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, and that's one thing that everybody says when they come on the show. They feel like we are in like the same living room or the same pub, and we're just hanging out, and we're chatting, and that's exactly what I hope for, and I know that's exactly what you do as well. And I was not that far from you because I was in Utrecht. I was just like what 20 minutes away when I was there last year, and Zandvoort and Amsterdam and everywhere, and Brooklyn, the original Brooklyn, which was beautiful. But if I'm ever over there or you're over here,
absolutely,
ring
yeah.
me up and let's get together and we'll toast with some real beer. That's it. Thanks for being with us again.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on everything that's going well for you and your 1 year old and your family. Best of health, best of luck. And
New
I
fatherhood.
certainly, I hope everything that happened here tonight on the show not only met your expectations, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, Bastian.
I did. I did. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You have a good night. Take care, and we will chat again soon, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye now. Pretty cool, huh? Absolutely. And when I go on Jim's show with Jim, guests, and all of us feel comfortable at home, that's exactly what we want. Willie Heineken. Good night, Bastian, as well. Keep your positive message with the world. Absolutely. Such great advice. Come back. Great listening. He's really cool. Not only is he cool, but he's just amazing, isn't he? Uh, those songs that you heard tonight that we shared with you on the show come from that one album. Can you imagine that? The variety of material on that one album, the different feels, the different textures, the different vibes. That's all on Disconnected. That's the album. And again, you can find it on Amazon, Spotify, and his website is bastiansteven.com. You can also, again, find him on Instagram and places like that. We were very, very honored that, it's 20 after 3 a.m., so I was very conscious of that, he's got a 1 year old, he's got to be in the studio tomorrow, that he'd spend his time. And he actually, so he didn't, I think it was a very gracious thing he did, so he didn't create too much noise in the house with his, 1 year old and his family, his loved ones. He went to the friends who has the bar, and the friend opened up the bar for him, and he was performing. It was as if you were at the bar having a drink with me and with Bastian, and we were at the bar and we were watching him perform live, because he went to an actual venue where normally you could play, and he did it just for our show, which I think was really, really cool. He also set up his audio really well too. He had one mic for his voice, and then down below another mic specifically for the guitar, which I think was really, really good, because that's why you heard such a clear sound, or as much as you can, with internet and Wi-Fi, especially thousands of miles away across the ocean, and weather, and the internet is still something that's the wild, wild west a little bit these days. But, he had that all strategically set up audio-wise, which I think really enhanced the sound and the quality of the sound you got from some of his live performances. And then some of those music videos too, aren't they awesome? Comments still coming in here. Danilo in San Diego, California. Thank you, Mr. Lovety. Your guests are the best, and you're the greatest. Thank you, Danilo. I really appreciate that. We're glad you're back with us too. I know you were in Las Vegas celebrating your birthday with family. That's really cool. Nice to have you back. Thanks for the great comments. Francis says, good night, Bastian. God bless you and your family. Really nice conversation and song. Willie says, we Dutch are amazing. I do like the stroopwafels, Willie. I do like the stroopwafels, and the cheese and the chocolate and the beer. Another amazing guest. Thank you. That was Sherry. And I really, really appreciate all this. And yes, it is the last day of summer today. So we're officially saying goodbye to summer. Fall starts tomorrow. My birthday is Thursday. And I want to remind you, on Thursday, we've got an amazing group of talent here. Speaking of Motown and soul, we have legends coming on Thursday. They are the voices of classic soul. These guys are the remaining members of the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Drifters, and the Platters, and they're going to be here live this Thursday for our special Jim Masters Show Live birthday show. They're going to perform live. Again, they are soul and Motown legends from the Temptations, the Drifters, the Platters, and the Four Tops. And they're going to be here live this Thursday, September 24th, for my special birthday show, and I really, really appreciate that. Tomorrow, we've got veteran television news anchor from Network News, an incredible author, radio host, presenter, Rita Cosby, tomorrow with a really cool special show and a major announcement that she's going to make. She's also a veteran correspondent with the syndicated TV series Inside Edition. She's going to be here live tomorrow. She's got a huge announcement on our Tuesday show and about this major global initiative, and it's really cool, and she's going to be announcing it on our show tomorrow live. Wednesday, theater director, this is a really cool guest too, theater director, actor, teacher, another legend, Christopher Scott is going to be here live on Wednesday. That's really, really cool as well, so we're really excited about that. And I just want to let you know there's several more guests that we have that are coming up. I want to let you know on Friday we have Demo, and Demo is a really, really cool guy, and he's also an actor. You see him in a lot of TV shows and a lot of TV series and so much more. He's going to be here on Thursday. That's right, Thursday. Well, actually, Friday. He's going to be here Friday. He's our guest on Friday. And then on Saturday, R&B sensation Lady Bain. She's going to be here as well. And she's got an amazing story. She used to be a Detroit police officer. And there's a whole story with that she's going to share with us. A really inspirational, moving story. And she's an extraordinary R&B singer-songwriter. And she's going to be here for a special event coming up this Saturday live here on the show. So you've got Rita Cosby on Tuesday, you've got Christopher Scott on Wednesday, Thursday is my birthday show, and we've got the voices of classic soul from Motown and Temptations, Drifters, Platters, and Four Tops. They are here on Thursday, which is amazing. What a week here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And then on Friday, Demo is with us here as my special guest. He's a dear friend of mine, actually. And then Lady Bain is going to be here. She's here on Saturday. Once again, we thank our amazing guest, live and direct from the Netherlands, Bastian Steven, an extraordinary singer, songwriter, musician with a lot of heart and a lot of soul. And he's truly, truly amazing. He's really gifted. And for those of you around the world who just discovered him for the first time here on our show, we're really happy that you tuned in tonight to discover his amazing work. He was very excited to be here. I was excited to have him here on the show as well. Definitely check out his music. He's really cool, and we will definitely have him back on the show as well as my guests. We'll have him hop on again. Good night, Jim, and everyone. Thank you for an amazing show. My pleasure. Thank you, Jim. You bring us Lovities such interesting, good shows. We'll remember long after 2020. All your guests are such good people and talented as well. We realize how alike we are more than we think. Another terrific show, Jim. Great messages tonight. Thanks. And Jim, happy Maboon. Tomorrow it's me, Pagan Good Fun, Ritual, welcoming the fall equinox, Slancha as well. Good night, Jim and everyone. Thank you for the amazing show. You're welcome, Crystal. Kathleen in New York City. Good night, Jim. Have a great night. Good night all as well. My pleasure, my pleasure. It was a really nice show tonight. Thanks again, Jim. You're welcome, Renee Oscom in Iowa. Willie says, look out, your package coming, and in the packet, stroopwafels. Willie has a birthday package coming my way, and we're looking out for that. Oh, you know what we want too, Willie? We want the Dutch apple pie, that Dutch apple pie you showed on the show the other day, yesterday on our food show. That was cool. Thanks for a good show again, Jim. My pleasure, Kathleen. Really, really appreciate it. all these great comments. And it's my pleasure to prepare all these shows. There's a lot of work, and Ralph as well. Thank you too, my friend in Indiana. Good night, everyone. Great show. Cool stuff. And 3 days till the Voices of Classic Soul and Jim's birthday. That's right, we're counting down the days. You've been very good, Christine Clifton in North Carolina, keeping the count until my birthday coming up on Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. Good night, Jim. Another great show. See you tomorrow as well. And I love to hear that. If you missed any episodes, gang, you know where to go. Just go to YouTube, and all 20 weeks of shows, like 140 shows we have done night after night here live on the Jim Masters Show Live. You can find them all. Or if you want to watch this episode with Bastian and Steven again, and you want to share the link, share it. Share the YouTube link. All the past episodes are there. We would love it if you subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Click that notification bell. We're building that channel. Love to build it together with you. So spread the word about our YouTube channel. We would love that. Thanks for all the great guests. Apple pie is different to send you. And good night, all. Another outstanding show and guest. You're the best, Jim. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. 29 and holding on Thursday. You got it. Absolutely. I think everybody that's watching right now is. Jim, can't wait to celebrate you and your birthday, Slanch. I appreciate that. Good night, everybody. Really appreciate all of your great comments, all of your love and support. Glad you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to, as we always say on the Jim Masters Show Live, to relax, love one another, breathe. Breathe from the diaphragm. Breathe fully. Don't breathe just from here, because then you sort of hyperventilate. Relax, take care of one another, love one another, and of course, love yourself. Make sure that you save some room to love yourself as well, and share some kindness and empathy in this world. That was a pretty good theme in Bastian's music tonight. I think it blended perfectly with the overall vibe that we've created, this wonderful community we've created here on the Jim Masters Show Live, beaming out to the world from the United States, but covering the globe with lots of cool vibes and levity. So don't forget to relax. And all of your friends are here. I didn't show them earlier. Yes, comedian George Burns and TV host, presenter George Burns is there. He says goodnight to you. Usually I show these in the beginning, but I knew it was very late for Bastian, so we didn't want to keep him too long. Jimmy Jeannie, she's in the bottle. She's in there. She greets you. She says goodnight. You can see her blinking. Can't you see her blinking? She's in there as well. Our Silver Lab I got this on the TV shoot in Europe when we were in Switzerland. He says goodnight to you as well. Our Silver Lab says goodnight. And of course, your other cast of character that I know you guys love when we show all these characters. Jimmy is here. Jimmy says goodnight to you as well. He was actually a childhood toy of mine, and he's holding up pretty well. So he says goodnight. And from the TV show Gilligan's Island. Yes, Gilligan is here with love from Bob Denver, the actor who played Gilligan. Love from his fabulous wife, Aloha Jim, Dream of Denver. She was a guest on our show. She sent us this beautiful gift of the Gilligan or Bob Denver doll. He had a good time tonight as well. So there's all your cast of characters. And again, as we toast all of you, we toast our very special guest. We toast all of you in our New York Mets baseball wine glass, courtesy of our viewer and great friend, Kathleen Walker. You notice that the glasses are getting bigger and bigger on our show? So we thank you, everybody. This was cool. It was a great night. Spread the word, spread the love about our show. Tell everybody about our nightly show here, the Jim Masters Show Live. It shows us that the vibe is global. Lovity. Good night, all. You too, Renee, Danilo, and San Diego. Good night, all lovities. Good night, my Jim boy. Thanks for all the guests. You're welcome. And late for Willie, too. We thank you for sticking with us, Willie, as well. And all the tulips, Willie. I'll do my best to breathe. That's hard for me to do. But we are so happy that you are. Never take easy breathing for granted. That's right. Never take life for granted as well. and global levity. That's what it's all about, gang. All right, we're going to be here tomorrow night with Rita Cosby with an amazing show tomorrow. We hope that you'll be with us. Quick reminder as well, put a smile on your face whenever you can, and that'll put a smile on others. It's all about levity here on the show and around the world, so share that. And find your Zen place. Mine is the ocean. I grew up near the ocean. Some people it's the mountains. Some people it's the desert, whatever it may be. Mine is the ocean. So find your Zen place and go there often and find some peace and serenity and get away from the craziness. Perfect. I go to the ocean to quote, like Bastian said, lose myself. So lose yourself in your Zen place, whatever it may be. Maybe it's listening to music, maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's time with your loved ones as well. Good night to you in Amsterdam, Willie. So much fun tonight. Jennifer, you as well. Another great show tonight. My pleasure. We work hard to put these shows together. A lot of work behind the scenes, but it's such a pleasure. We're going to wrap up. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, another amazing show with all of you. We really appreciate your time, and we appreciate your love. Keep spreading the word about the show. And we'll keep doing it. As long as you are here, we'll be here as well. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're here every night live on the Jim Masters Show, live on YouTube at Jim Masters TV, Facebook at Jim Masters TV, and also Periscope and Twitch. All right, gang, that's a wrap. Have a good night. Love you all. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.